Yo, 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 what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Money Making Marlo. I got a special guest with me here today. Who I got with me here today?
Hey, it's Alex Gale.
Your whole government?
Alex.
Anyways, before I get into whatever I'm about to get into, I want to ask you, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Feeling good?
You feeling good? What's been going on? What's been going on? Anything new? Anything old? What's going on?
Nothing really, just football season done, so I'm just kind of working now.
You working? What do you do for work? You still scaffolding?
Nah, I ain't scaffolding no more.
What do you do?
I'm a preschool teacher's assistant.
You're working with kids.
Working with kids.
Aren't you bad with kids?
I got a lot of little siblings, so.
Didn't you have like a little allegation going on with little kids or something?
Definitely not.
No, I'm just playing. How's your 2021 been? Like before I get into the whole football things and stuff, I want to ask you, what's 2021 been like for you? Has it been blessings? Has COVID been slowing it down? What's been going on?
It's been a different year, I guess, to say the least. A lot of changes in my life, so just getting used to those changes, I guess.
Would you say those changes would be for the better? What type of changes are we speaking on?
Just some changes, man, and for the better, for the worse, I don't know. To be determined.
Okay.
As of right now.
So what are some of your hobbies, Mr. Ace?
Football, obviously, and probably just video games.
Football
and video games.
Okay. So you're into video games too?
Yeah.
What type of games do you play? I know you're trash.
But I've always been better than you.
At what?
Any game we play.
What games do you play?
COD, Madden, Halo.
The only game
Halo's new now, though.
Which hit? Oh, the
it's
Infinite.
Free. Yeah,
Infinite.
It's free.
The only one
nice.
I could actually see being better than me at is maybe Madden. Maybe.
Listen.
But all I've been playing the past few months is Superstar.
KO?
KO.
Really?
Superstar
You
KO.
still play Madden?
I have the highest streak.
What's the streak?
I'm at 8 or 9.
That is not the highest, bro.
No,
what the fuck
that
are you
is.
talking about?
On my whole friend group, like that I have, everybody that
Oh,
has
because that's a
added on Xbox.
solo, right?
The solo, yeah.
Ain't nobody playing the solo.
You're second. You're at 7. I'm at 8.
Yeah, and that's from like one time playing, bro. I ain't play the solo.
Bro, I'm telling you,
I'll go
I'm
break
crazy
that
at
shit
this
tonight.
You
I'll
can't.
leave, I
promise
will break
you
that
can't.
shit tonight.
And if you break it, like I could have literally gone up to 9 or 10. I just got bored.
Okay, I'll
You know
go
what
break
I'm
that shit tonight. I won't get bored.
How's football for you? Because I was talking to Nahom. I went out with Nahom about a month or two ago. I remember I asked him, I was like, who's the best player on the team? And without hesitation, he said, do you know Alex Gale? No way. He's that nice? I swear to God, he's saying the nicest player on the team, the nicest player, this and that.
Yeah, I think when he was saying nicest player, he just meant like literally the nicest player.
So literally the nice. No,
like I'm just the nicest player.
No, he's talking about like you're crazy on the field.
I mean, yeah, I had a decent season this year, so thank you to Nahom for saying that. That means a lot. But yeah, I led the league in rushing, so that was pretty sweet. Rushing, yards, and touchdowns.
Okay, so with that, obviously I'd assume there came a lot of training, a lot of this. Would you like to pay homage, or how would you say it, respect to the coaches, or do you think something like that is just you've always had it in you?
Oh no, the team was different this year than it was last year. A lot of new guys, a lot of new faces, but I feel like COVID, that kind of, I wasn't sure how the season was going to be going into it, because like we're going to have 2 generations of rookies coming in. We're going to have the guys who were supposed to be on the team last season, and then the rookies who were just got out of high school. Yeah. So then we're going to have to figure out how to like build chemistry and stuff with them, and then had to make some difficult cuts with that as well. And then also we had 2 groups of players that were being recruited. So we had a group of players being recruited 2 years ago, and then this past year, like we got this one kid on our team, Deshaun. He's from Regina. He was a receiver, and he was a huge addition and a big help to our team this year. And yeah, just things like that. Like I remember thinking coming into training camp, it was going to be really tough because not a lot of the people knew each other because of COVID and stuff. And we have team workouts together. Like we have those starting up in I think a couple of weeks. But we weren't really able to have that because of COVID, so we could only do like the Zoom calls, right? And like with the Zoom calls, you only really ever talk to whoever's like teaching and stuff. You don't talk to the other guys.
What I never understood with the Zoom calls is Like everything is through, obviously, like what do you call it, FaceTime or whatever you want to call it. How would that work? Because obviously a lot of people learn better face to face.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel like there was challenges for you? Because like they could tell you how to run a play over and over again when it's through technology and you still won't get it. You know, obviously a lot of people are better face to face. Did you face any challenges with that?
For me, it was kind of okay with the football aspect of online learning, I guess, and shit like that. But like, if you want to talk about like for me, what was difficult with learning, when I was going to Nate and I was taking the firefighting course, the MFR course, that was tough with the online learning. That was way harder than I think like just going to actual school and doing the learning. And that was like close to the beginning of COVID too. Like I remember I had a couple classes where they were in class, and I remember thinking, oh yeah, this isn't too bad, this will be easy. And then COVID hit, and I was just like, okay, well, fuck. Like you're basically learning from the textbook at that point, right? So
it's basically like you got to teach yourself.
You got to teach yourself. The only good thing about online learning is some people like it better, but I feel like most people don't. The only good thing is that tests are a little bit easier because
you could cheat.
I'm not gonna say cheat, but you
can
bend the rules a little bit. You can.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you would. I'm not saying you would cheat, but would you cheat?
I mean,
nigga, I'm cheating. What the hell? If you give me the chance, nigga, I'm doing it. Like that's the thing. I never understood how some people would fail certain classes. Like, bro, turn on another tab. Look up the answers.
Nah, that's the thing. But some of these teachers, like, they're smart, man. They got like questions that you can't look up and shit. I mean, for me, my MFR class, like, I did a lot of studying though for that because like I realized that it's a real like at some point if I'm gonna have to use that training, somebody's life is probably gonna be in danger. So I actually have to know what I'm doing, right? But like say kids that are just at like the U of A or something and they're in like, I don't know, a psychology course or something. They'll ask you a question that you can't find in the textbook and you can't search up.
Damn.
And then like they have the math fucking shit. Math, you're fucked, bro. Yeah, I don't know how kids are doing stats and all that shit online because first of all, that's just already hard enough to learn.
Yeah.
In like a university setting with all the kids. I remember I tried doing that and dropped that class in like, I don't know, I think four classes. I was like, yeah, man, I can't learn this. Not with, bro, the classes are filled. I think my class, I had like 70 people in it.
Damn.
With one teacher. And then he just goes up on the board and then like draws whatever you're supposed to do. And then you're like, supposed to somehow like know. And for me, it was just like, damn. Come on. Like, I'm going to need a little bit more, right? Like that, there's a lot of self-learning in that. So, yeah, I don't know how kids could do online with that too because I feel like that's just another layer onto the trouble, but maybe I'm just bad at math.
What's the reasoning for you wanting to get into firefighting? Does that have anything correlate with football or is that just something, what's the reasoning behind that?
No, not really. I just all my life I've known that I never wanted to be in an office. I don't want to have an office job.
And a standstill job, stand in one spot.
Yeah, and I don't know, and I've also known, like, I wanted to use my body, but I don't want to do, like, labor work, like construction or stuff like that. You know how scrappy be, like, I ain't trying to do that for the rest of my life, you know? So it's just, like, and then I felt like with being a firefighter, you use your body a lot, it's physical, and it changes every day, and it comes with, like, new challenges and stuff. So to me, that kind of appeals to me because, like, I'm not going to be, you know, bored going to work every day, like, oh my God, same old thing. Like, it's literally going to be something new every day.
Yeah.
And also just the aspect of I actually feel like I'm doing something. Like, I'm actually going to be helping people, you know? Like, I'm not necessarily running into fires every day, but, like, they do a lot of paramedic stuff. And that's why they have to be, like, really medically certified compared to, like, cops where you don't need any certification except for, I think, CPR. And then it's just, like,
you think more would go into that, giving someone a gun? You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's, I don't know. I think about that. I'm like, all you need is this and that to get a gun, and then to become a nurse, you need this, that.
You need a lot.
You know?
Yeah.
So back to football. What position are you? I know personally what you do, but like, what are you?
I'm an athlete. Nah. I'm a running back. Back.
Do you play anything else, or is running back your solid position?
Running back's my solid position. Back in high school, I played a little bit of defense, a little bit of linebacker, a little bit of safety, but I'm mainly just a running back. I'm also a receiving back. Like, I can catch some passes. You can send me on some routes.
Okay,
Ain't
now
no linebackers can cover me, so.
let me ask you something. Be honest. Are you the best player on the team?
We had a lot of good players on the team.
Are you the best player on the team?
I'll say I'm the nicest player on the team, just like Nahom said.
Further elaborate.
I'm the nicest player on the team.
You're the because when
Just
you
like
said
Nahom
nicest,
said.
you said literally the nicest.
Yeah.
Like you compliment
You gotta
everybody.
read between the lines. I'm the
But
nicest player on the team.
There's nothing wrong with saying you're like the best on the team, because that's how everybody should think they're the best on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So you don't personally think that?
I'm not saying I don't personally think it, but I just don't speak it. I mean, we'll have our awards coming out pretty soon, so we'll see. I mean, we had I think it was 4 different guys that got all Canadian. I didn't get all Canadian.
What's all Canadian?
All Canadian, so basically they choose an all-star team from all of the leagues put together. And we had a receiver on it, an offensive lineman on it, 2 DBs, and yeah, I think that. So we had 4 players.
So you used to play for the U of A.
I did.
And Huskies, those are 2 separate, that's 2 different things, right? So what I want to ask is, what do you find the difference between Huskies and U of A football? Was one more strict? Was one more lenient? Did you have more fun?
I've had a lot more fun with Huskies. I feel like the U of A was a lot more uptight and way more of just the coach was also really uptight, and he's just
and obviously this isn't you sending you
no.
It's just how
it's just
feel.
Speaking from my experience, I've enjoyed my time playing on the Huskies a lot more than I did at the U of A. U of A, I will say the one thing I give to the U of A is they're a lot better with their team workouts and stuff. I was in a lot better shape when I was at the U of A than I am now. Mm-hmm. But that's just because I had a way better program, and I actually had a strength trainer and shit who would be there every day with me, helping me out in the gym and stuff. And the film, they have a lot more facilities at the U of A, so it was way easier to watch film for a longer period of time, and you'd have coaches dedicated to that. Where that's what I realized with the Huskies is with the Huskies we kind of just have our special teams meetings and then offensive meetings. Where at the U of A it'd be you'd have special teams, then you'd have offense, then you'd have specifically running back meeting, and then you would go out and then you'd also have a scout team meeting too if you're on scout team, which I was my first year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they have a meeting for everything, whereas this it's kind of just offense, defense, special teams. Those are the only meetings. So
okay, so before your games, a lot of people have game rituals that they would do before the game. I was watching an interview with Kobe a few years ago. It was kind of weird, but this guy would play the Michael Myers theme,
the Halloween shit.
Yeah, to put himself in a killer's mentality. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not saying you do that, but what's something you catch yourself doing more than often, more than usual before games?
Nah, I wouldn't say I necessarily have a pregame ritual or anything. I mainly, but the thing I do before every game is I have a certain a playlist that I just play, and then I'll just have that blasted on my beats, and then I don't take it off until we're basically ready to go out on the field.
And do you feel that's what really gets you amped up and ready for the game?
Oh yeah, man. Music is crazy, man. Music can. I heard this thing once from a runner, and he was the reason why I don't use music when I run is because I think it's cheating. And then I wouldn't go as far to say it's cheating, but music can give you energy like that, bro. Right? So even though I know when I'm running and stuff, I could be dead ass tired, and it's happened where that one song comes on, and I'm holy shit, I'm pumped, and then all that energy comes back, and I'm good, and I'm back, So yeah, definitely listening to some of those songs before the game and shit, it definitely helps me, and it gets me in the right state of mind and gets me ready to go and fuck someone's day up.
Do you have any songs in mind that you could say that gets you amped up?
Okay, I don't have necessarily songs in mind, but the big song this year that I really fucked with was Blue Notes by Meek Mill.
Blue Notes. I don't think is that the one? Is that just him in it, or is there someone else?
It has I don't know. Yeah. I'd have to show you. It has a sample at the beginning. It's pretty badass. I don't know why I fucked with it, but I fucked with it hard.
On average, per game, what's your rushing yards? How much you get per game, would you say, on average?
I think this year, I know I averaged over 100 yards.
Per game?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Because whenever I see, because I follow a few of the football guys. Nahom obviously is one. D Money. I
Yeah.
don't know
Dwight.
yeah,
Dwight.
D Money. Um, and I would see your name every single time. You had the most this, most that. I'm like, yo, how crazy is this guy going?
Yeah.
So you would average about 100 yards per game and what? A touchdown per game, 2 per game.
A little more than one technically, because I had 12 touchdowns on the season and we played 8 games.
8 games.
So a little more than one touchdown. Yeah.
Is there any NFL players out there that motivates you? Like,
I wouldn't say there's any NFL players out there that motivate me, but there's definitely NFL players that I like to watch. Like my favorite guys, like Cam Newton. I know last time I was on, I talked about Cam a lot. He's back on the Panthers. It's pretty
he's
nice.
back.
He's back, yeah.
Okay.
He had a rough game last week, but you know what? He's only been on the team 3 weeks, so I'm not going to hold it against him. And honestly, Saquon was a player I really enjoyed watching, although he's been hurt.
What team does he play?
The Giants.
Okay.
But he's been hurt, like, since his rookie season, so, like, it's kind of rough because he came into the league and he just blew it up, and now he's, like, the past 2 seasons he's just been riddled with injuries, so it's been kind of hard to watch him. I really like CMC. He's on the Panthers. He's a white boy, but he's nice with it. He's sneaky athletic. He's nice with it. Coach's son. And Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's been balling this season.
What team he play for?
The Colts.
The Colts.
The Colts, yeah.
Wow.
Have him on my fantasy team, so I've been watching him a lot, and I like the way he runs. He's had a touchdown in, like, every game since, I think, week 3 or something. Like, he's just been balling.
Man, one player I really, like, if I had to pick, I want to be like, not be like, but, like, move like and just do, you already know. Mr. Jackson, Lamar Jackson.
Something Florida
like,
boy.
I just like the way he moves on and off the field.
Yeah.
I'm watching a whole bunch of his highlights. I'm seeing this guy, like, this guy's doing 40s, and you know what I'm saying? He's just a crazy, his strides are just crazy when he runs.
Yeah.
I just like the way this guy moves. Him and Mark Andrews. Is it Mark Andrews?
Yeah, the tight end.
Mark Andrews,
Marquise Brown.
Who else is there? Wow, man, there's a few players. I can't remember who else.
Willie Snead.
I saw this meme. It killed me.
J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins. It killed me. There was this meme that I saw. It was Lamar in a throwing position, and it said, "Fuck it, Mark Andrews is out there somewhere." I'm like, damn, is he that nice of a catcher?
He's one of the best tight ends in the league now. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Did you watch their last game though?
I need to get on it.
It was the Sunday night game. I think he threw 4 picks, but he still got
4 picks.
He threw 4 picks, but he still got the dub.
You see, that's the type of thing I think about. Is like, let's say you throw 9, 10, 13 picks in the game, you still win. Does the picks really matter?
You ain't gonna stay in long enough to throw 9 picks.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, cause like, let's say Brady's the best QB in the league.
He would still get his ass benched.
You think so?
If he would, as soon as he's at maybe 5 picks, that's probably when they're like, okay, he's not having a good game. He's getting pulled.
Get him out.
Yeah, get him out. You would never have 9 picks. There's no way.
What do you think it takes to be a successful player?
Successful player. Well, obviously, there's going to be a lot of cliches in this, but a lot of the time I found that cliches come from truth. But I feel like you got to be extremely hardworking on and off the field. Like, you got to make sure you're in the gym, make sure you're listening to film, make sure you're watching film on the other teams and shit. And then on the field, you just got to make sure that you know that the person across from you isn't going to be the one to, like, beat you. Like, that's a big thing, like, when I go out on the field. And that's also why I enjoy boxing, too, is because
you do boxing too.
Yeah.
Damn. Jeez.
But for me, like, my main thing is with sports is I'm not gonna let whoever it is, I'm not gonna let them beat me. And that's like my big thought process and everything is like I'm a pretty huge competitor in like everything I do. So yeah, I hate losing, so I'm not gonna.
So for you, it's more of a mental thing.
Yeah, you definitely got to be mentally prepared. It's tough. I mean, at the U of A, I wasn't in the right mental space, and that took a toll, and that's why I had to leave. And honestly, I think that was for the best, so I am glad that I left, and yeah.
Damn, okay. What are some of your other hobbies?
My other hobbies?
What else you just like doing? Like obviously you said video games, this and that, but like what else is there that no one would ever expect to see you doing? Like reading a book. You know what I'm saying? Like what else is there?
I mean, I ain't really trying to tell everybody this, but if you want like something that people don't expect of me, I'm a I'm a big anime watcher. I watch a lot of anime.
What's wrong with that? Anime? You're just
nerdy.
childish.
Very nerdy.
No, you're childish.
Nerdy. I wouldn't say childish.
Nah,
I'd say nerdy.
I'm playing. But anime. So what type of anime do you rock with?
My favorite one is One Piece, and I told you about that. That's the one with the pirates and shit. So
that's the guy with the ball
with the stretchy arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say Naruto is an anime. Or Avatar: The Last Airbender.
They say that because it's like I think it was made in America. That's why they say that.
But
it's
like,
definitely anime.
Technically speaking, it is anime.
I mean, honestly, I joke around. There was a friend I had at one point, and I was joking around with them about it. I was like, because they were making fun of me for like an anime, but they like Family Guy, BoJack Horseman, and Big Mouth. And I was like, you realize you like anime too, right? And they're like, no. I'm like, anime just means animated. Like the only difference between the anime you're watching and the anime I'm watching is mine is made in Japan, yours is made in America. You technically like anime too.
Wow. I mean, yeah, if you put it like that, everybody likes.
Because that's what anime stands for, right? Animated. So it's just like, but yeah, I like the Japanese shit. Okay. I also like the American shit. I mean, I don't care if it's a good show, I'll watch it, right? Like I'm not gonna just throw out a whole thing because like, I feel like there's a lot of people like that. They're like, oh, anime's for like nerds or as you said, kids. I'm not gonna watch that.
Nah, shit, I watch anime too. It's just I like to clown people that watch it. I'm a hypocrite. Oh, yeah. I just like to clown people that watch it.
Yeah.
Even though I know, I'm watching it too. Any goals for 2022? Long term, short term, anything.
For 2022, well, first I want to make sure that I get into McEwen, and I have a good year there.
McEwen?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do at McEwen? Okay, you don't have to get into it, but like, damn, McEwen.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I just want to take a little 2-year program, and then hopefully once I take that 2-year program, I'll be able to either get a job in that or firefighting. And then, another big goal is I want to win the whole league next year, like win the championship, the CJFL championship with the Huskies, because I've decided I was going to stay. Like I was talking to a couple other schools, but at the same time, I don't know if I really want to go back to university, and I'd rather, like the program I want to take is at like the smaller colleges like McEwen, and it's not going to be at any of the universities. And yeah, so it's winning a ring there, being an All-Canadian next year. It's kind of got snubbed a little bit this year by not getting it, but at the end of the day,
you was expecting to get it this year.
I mean, I wasn't like expecting it, but I thought like when I didn't get it, I didn't see how I didn't get it, And then it's just like, yeah. And then also to be MVP of the league next year, I really want to get that. That was another thing I thought that I could have got this year, and it didn't go my way, and that's fine. But yeah, just feel for next year. Just have a really good individual season, and more importantly, an even better team season. If we can go undefeated and win the whole thing, that'd be great.
Gee. What are some of the things you feel like you should work on to get those titles? You yourself know you should have gotten it, but like since you didn't get it this year, what's something you feel like you should work on?
Well, it was hard being in the gym last year because of COVID, right? Like I only had my bench press, so I wasn't necessarily able to like get in necessarily the best workouts that I wanted to do. So this year I'm already working with my other friend FF, and he's big into kinesics and all that stuff at the U of A. Really smart dude, and he even talked to another ex-football player who used to be like super sick and still is, and he's actually a strength coach at I'm not sure where, but it's a school down in the States, and so he helped us with that training program. And this is mainly just focusing on like my explosiveness, my speed, trying to get my strength up to my size, because
Damn, you trying to get bigger.
Oh yeah.
How much you weigh right now?
I think right now I'm like 215.
God damn. And how much you trying to be?
Maybe 225, but like
shit,
good 220. Like not like I was 225 at the start of the season, but that wasn't a good 225. I had some chub on me. I'm trying to be like 225, but like a good 225, like productive weight, like muscle weight and shit, so that I can still like move, because yeah, I feel like this season I dealt with a lot of injuries too, but that's just because like I haven't done football for 2 years, right? Like the entire team was like dealing with injuries and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have to stretch a lot more with these workouts to make sure that doesn't happen and just be ready for next season. I don't know.
Wow.
Get in
Okay.
the gym.
So you plan on playing for the same team next year? You don't want to switch out or anything?
Nah.
Yes, sir. Have you gotten paid from football or anything yet, or is that later on?
Well, when I was at the U of A, I was getting scholarship money, but that's about it.
Okay.
Like at the U of A, I got a scholarship, so that's the only money I guess that I've received.
Who's better, you or Chuba?
That's easy. Me, no, Chuba. Obviously.
Chuba?
He's in the NFL, man.
I mean, yeah,
it's
but
not
like,
even a competition.
I guess you could say that, but like deep down in your heart, you feel like shit. I know I'm better. I'm not saying you're saying that, but you know what I'm saying.
Our whole like since I started playing football, his name was always there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like when I first started, everybody's like, "Wow, he's a good running back. He can maybe be as good as Chuba." And then the first time we played Chuba, I was like, "Damn, this kid is fast.
Fast.
He's so fast."
I remember the one time, for some reason they didn't put him on for the longest time, and as soon as they put him on, the game just changed. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, bro. They weren't doing that because they weren't trying to get him injured, man. They were like, "Yo, these guys are bums." They ain't trying to play his ass against us. That's like, but yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I think, and in high school, our grade 12 years, I finished second to him in rushing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then like, I was on Team Alberta with him, but I was his backup. So it's just like he's always just been one step ahead. But no, I mean I give him props. He's an amazing athlete, really, and an amazing football player. And I think he does have a bright future in the NFL to hopefully bring some more light to the Canadian players out here, because a lot of us get overlooked because, you know, the States, they have an insane amount of athletes, and the athletic programs that they go through from like the age of, I don't know, there's a show called Friday Night Tykes on Netflix. Like as a kid, your football coach is acting more strict than our high school football coaches act here, right? So it's just like they got all of that, so they don't really like care about us up here, but we definitely got some athletes. It's, you know, it's just like you can refine us and make us into actual productive NFL players, and I think Chuba's gonna show that. Chase Claypool's gonna show that.
Jeez, when do you plan on getting up there?
We'll see, man. If I ever want to do anything like that, I'm gonna have to make it to the CFL first. So.
CFL, you think so?
Yeah.
Wow. What's your 40?
My 40 when I was at the U of A was not that fast. I think it was a 4.71.
Now that's not considered fast. So what's considered fast?
4.4. 4.4.
So what's yours right now?
I haven't ran it since I was at the U of A.
So yours is, what'd you say yours was? 4.7?
4.7. But also a lot of 40s, like a lot of thing with 40s is it's a lot of technique too. So like you can really know how to run a 40. Like I'm not saying I'm a 4.4 guy fast, but I think I'd be closer to like maybe a higher 4.6, lower 4.5. Like, so not crazy fast, but I still got some speed. Like I can still run if I practice for a 40. I mean, so. So yeah, obviously, like it's just like I still got to work on my speed and agility, and like there's still a lot of room for improvement. Like I'm not the fastest guy in the league, but I'm definitely like up there. Like there's not a lot of people I know that are faster than me, so yeah.
Okay. So far, from what I'm hearing, besides them cheating you out the awards that you deserved, you had a good season.
Yeah, I'd say I had a good season. I mean, I could have had a better season. I believe that, but yeah, I'm not gonna say I had a bad season. No.
Okay. So I just got about two more questions I want to ask you. Final things. Let's say, or not say, like for me personally, when it does happen, let's say you get to the status that you want. You're in the NFL. How do you plan on returning or giving back?
How do I plan on giving back?
In the future. This is obviously for the future.
Yeah, well, I haven't thought that far ahead.
That's all good.
But I don't know. I feel like a big thing, especially working at this especially working at this preschool and shit, A big thing that I've like found, like, I guess this is gonna sound weird, but a new love for is like kids. Like, I think kids are so awesome. Like, they're so much fun, and like working in this preschool, they're just like so full of life, and like you can go in, or I can go in there at least, and not be having necessarily the best day or not be feeling the best, and then like it doesn't matter which kid, they'll just come up and they'll just be like, do something silly or say something, and it just like brightens my day like that. So I feel like if I ever get to a position where I am like, I don't know, like looked as like a professional athlete or something cool to like kids and stuff, I'd really want to like do a lot of things with like the youth and stuff, and like try to like inspire them, try to talk to them and stuff, and maybe do like football camps with them. That I think that'd be really cool.
The thing I like, oh my bad, the thing I like about little kids is how like all they know is happiness.
No, that's so true.
It's like a kid will always do the most idiotic, not idiotic, but it's just what do non-colored people say? The most darnest thing. You know, it's like they'll bring you up a cake, like they'll just do something random and then end it with a cartwheel or a backflip or just something random. It's like, why are you so happy? You know, I like that you say that, because they're just always happy.
Always, man, always. And that's why it's like when they're not, it's just like, yo, what? Like it's either they're all happy or they're not. They're either gonna be a mess or they're not. But like, no, honestly, like, yeah, their whole lives, all they see is like rainbows, basically. Like, it's just like everything's gonna be good, everything's gonna be fun, which is awesome. And that's why I think being a kid is so much like, like being a kid is just amazing. And then you start to get older and then you realize it's not all sunshine and rainbows. But yeah, kids are awesome. And especially working with them, they definitely like remind you of like that and stuff. So
wow. Well, that's all I got to ask. Is there anything you want to ask me before I end this off?
No, not really, man.
Nothing?
I ain't got no questions planned. Like you do, Mr. Prepared.
It's Money Making Marlo
and Alex.
Come on, bro. Don't say Alex. Man.
Ace.
It's Ace. And I'm out.